the baby, then you're a sin.
Well, we already sinned by having sex, but it's too late now, you know? But honestly...
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a pretty good one, man. We got one of our fellow brothers, man, going down, right? Going downhill. And they've been doing Fresh&Fit, man. They just been in a rough patch, man, for some years now. Right, from getting exposed to, I would say, essentially being hypocrites, giving some bad advice, such as a sneako, telling everybody, you know, or telling young guys that's in their 20s, early 20s, hey, if you want to go ahead, man, and you know, get a vasectomy, go ahead and get a vasectomy, because the reason you want to get that is because you got women today who want to derail you and mess you up and take you off focus, right? So the best advice to give young guys is to get a vasectomy.
What should a man's priority be? Having a family or being successful?
Being successful first every single time, because then you have the ability to choose. But
not anymore. Not if you get the vasectomy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should have a kid when you're extremely young, but I am saying that we should be focused on becoming good fathers too. Just like we make fun of girls for prioritizing their careers and wanting to be girl bosses and wanting to build an empire, they're not prioritizing motherhood immediately. And then we're saying, men, ignore family creation, get a vasectomy so you can focus on getting rich, and then you'll be 40, you'll have all these hoes and girls, and then start a family. Like, how are we building men to become good fathers if they've been only prioritizing success? If they have a dick surgery, how do they have the character that's going to lead a proper family? It doesn't mean that you need to have kids young, but it shouldn't be avoid family creation in your head. That's an important thing to think about when you're young too. How am I going to have the character? How am I going to have the maturity, the responsibility to become a good father when I am ready to do it? You should be working on your character. You should be working on your maturity. You should be getting closer to God. A lot of the things that we're praising the women for to become a good mother, that's important things for men to focus on too.
I work on character.
I didn't say be broke. It's equally important to work on your finances. Women aren't going to say that, of course. I'm telling guys, you should get rich as possible too, but you should also be working on like building your character and looking at how I'm going to raise my kids and how I'm going to be a good father. If you're 40 and you have all these hoes, you have experience with hoes, is that going to make you a better father?
But let's go ahead and jump into this video, man, because Fresh, it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too hot.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing. Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids. You know?
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Well, why did I do anything to you?
Nothing?
Why did I do anything?
Could barely even understand a woman, right? What are you doing sitting over here, man, putting a kid in a woman that you can't even understand? But see, this once again, this proves my point, right? This just proves my point. I made plenty of videos about this, where you have people, right, who make content such as Fresh&Fit. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Fresh&Fit. I was always a big fan. My big three was Kevin Samuels, Poor Man's Podcast, and Fresh&Fit. But we just can't deny and overlook the fact that what Fresh&Fit has done over the years it's just not a good look. You have different groups of red pill, right? Prime example, the message that I preach, the message that O'Shea Duke Jackson, Poor Man's Podcast, Kevin Samuels, MTR, A Different Perspective, the list goes on, Chisa Zed. You got a lot of these brothers, right? You got a lot of these people, like Sister Daphne. All of these people preach doing right by one another in the same community, doing right by one another, right, with your partner, finding a family, seeing relationships grow, seeing people grow together. But then you have your podcasts that are like Fresh&Fit, right, very similar to what we do, but once again, they have a different audience, right, where they're trying to get people, right, to, I guess, get a lot of men, you know, to sit over here and have sex with a lot of women, right? How much money you can get and how much woman you can get. Same thing with Andrew Tate, right? When you look at these type of guys, they try to live an opulent, right, as O'Shea Du Jackson say, opulent lifestyle. And you saw it over the years, right, where you got Myron sitting over here saying that, hey, well, this chick has to do something, has to put in some work, has to do a little something for me just to get onto the show. That's a bad look, right? Because that's just not something that, you know, for me, I thought Red Pill stood for, right? I'm like, man, come on, brother, like, dang, right, dang. But once again, you got your boy Fresh getting exposed by DJ Academics on the show, right? For sitting over here pretty much being a hypocrite. Myron wanting multiple wives. I'm not against that. But that's, once again, that's just not something that we preach over here. But Myron will preach that. Now Fresh is over here knocking up a woman, right? Supposedly, allegedly, right? Knocked up a woman, a foreign chick. And to be honest with you, I feel like he did. Because that's right down his alley. And this is what happens, right? Just to then jump on a show, right? And sit over here and say, well, you know, look at how the women are today. Look how the women act today. This, that, and third. But this is what you do. And once again, I'm not sitting over here saying that, hey, man, look, he needs to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all going to make mistakes. But the mistakes that Fresh and Fit is making, man, it's just like, once again, these are very, very bad decisions that looks bad on Red Pill. This is why I say when people look at the Red Pill, the first people that come to mind would be Fresh and Fit, will be Andrew Tate, right? Andrew Tate, he did what he needed to do, but Fresh and Fit making us look bad.
So, like, how are you gonna deal with this? By saying I don't want a baby? That's all?
I mean, go to the doctor, I guess.
To the doctor. So you want to?
I mean, yeah. Why do you want a kid now?
And why do you make me pregnant now?
That's, I'm like, there's no way that's true. But then it's like, oh wow, like.
So just think about it. It's meant to be. God wants you to have the baby.
Definitely not.
It is. God wants you to have a baby. 7 years never happened, and then you're fucking me for a month, and I'm pregnant. What does that mean?
Well,
now I just think about it, if you both.
I mean, yo, that's some wild stuff, right? She was like, maybe it's meant to be, but once again, right? Fresh just messed up. Big time, because once again, he talks about these type of women on the show. It's a different story to sit over here, man. Like I said, man, hey, look, you want to rub one out on some of these women, that's fine, right? That is fine, but you have to be very careful. And once again, sadly, but these brothers, this is what they want to preach. A lot of times, this is what they want to preach. They're saying all of these women are bad, but then they sitting over here jumping around and dealing with them. And she's pulling the, oh, well, you know, hey, guess what? You know, well, in my religion, we don't do this, right? In my religion, we don't do that, but they'll allow you to do this. But hey, guess what? A woman gonna say, well, we make mistakes. Come on now, let's be honest here. But back to the action.
Me to kill a baby, then you're a sin.
Well, we already sinned by having sex, but it's too late now, you know. But honestly,
Me to kill the baby, then you're a sin.
well, we already sinned by having sex, but it's too late now, you know. But
man, like I said, I love Fresh and Fit. I love them to death, man. And like I said, they were one of the guys, man, that really put me on to Red Pill, man, that I enjoyed watching. But to sit over here and not acknowledge, man, you know, the history, it's just, it just looks bad on the Red Pill community. But this is why I've been saying, and I've been saying this for years. And if y'all been watching me, right, for 2 years, I said this from my first anniversary. There is a difference between the content that we put out over here in the Red Pill versus the content that Fresh and Fit put out over there in their part of the Red Pill. Still same foundation, but all I'm saying is look at the difference between what I preach, Poor Man Podcast preach, Different Perspective preach, Kevin Samuels preach, O'Shea Du Jackson preach. Look at their motives, look at their intentions. Why are they talking about the stuff that they're talking about? Then look at Fresh and Fit. Look at Alpha Male Strategies. Look at a lot of these, your Devin Sharp or Donovan Sharp or whatever his name is. You look at those type of brothers. Once again, man, same foundation, but they're preaching something different than what we're preaching, right? We're trying to get at something different, very different than what they're trying to get at. So like I said, man, when you look at this, it just looks bad and it's just hypocritical. It's just hypocritical just because they're going to then jump on a show. They're going to jump back on a show and start talking about the same woman this man just knocked up. And he's been talking about the same woman for years. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.